Are you ready to make the most of this spring season in your boutique? Well, stay tuned because I am going to walk you through the must-haves and the must-dos this spring to make sure that your boutique is the most profitable it can possibly be. Hi, I'm Emily Benson, a retail expert and boutique consultant, and I've helped boutique owners just like you hit their goals year after year after year. Trust me when I say a little bit of planning will go a long way and make such a huge difference in your season. In this video, I'll walk you through the essentials that you need for spring success, from smart inventory decisions to what marketing strategies are working right now. So let's dive right in. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. That first day of spring is it. The first day that it feels like 60, 70, whatever that degree number is for you, Fahrenheit, of course, that is the day you should plan to make the most sales. Now, if you're an online boutique, obviously it's going to be in between some dates in March and April. But let's be honest, spring is springing, and with spring comes a desire to get a few new pieces of clothes. I always like to think of that first spring day as like a mini Black Friday for boutique owners. So I want to encourage you, if you see a nice day coming up, and again, this could be farther in the future where you say, wow, it's going to be a really nice weekend. You could actually pre-market and say, hey, we're going to feature these items that you'll be able to wear right now, even though it's still a little cold, but it's definitely warm, and sort of plan your energy around this burst that happens in spring. You don't even need to plan promotions or sales. That's not even what I'm saying, but I want you to think on a Monday, if you know that the weekend is going to be beautiful, maybe on Wednesday or Thursday, you decide to send a few extra emails out with outfit ideas. Let people know what your new arrivals are in a video on Instagram. Like, actually look at the weather and say, hey, what are the outfits that I have that I could sell to someone right now, whether it be for this week or for next week, right? Because if you're online, it might take a week or so to ship. What are those things that I have in my assortment that immediately are a heck yes for your customer's spring wardrobe? You want the things that are going to come in, be like, yes, I need that. It looks new. It looks fresh. It's a great color. That's what's going to move out the door. I always think that shift into a new season is when people are already like, oh, I'm sick of everything in my closet. It's so dark. I'm so sick of wearing black all winter. This is the time when they're ready to really refresh their wardrobes and get that pick-me-up from clothes. Clothes are the difference between how you show up in the world and how you feel. I remember all the time growing up, and whether this is right or wrong, I don't know, but in my family, we always had this saying where if you don't feel good, dress up a little bit, because there is something about wearing clothes that make you feel good, that make you feel comfortable, that make you feel confident. And again, I don't want to say that like can replace real confidence, but it can definitely give you a boost. It can give your customers that boost. And that's, I think, so powerful at the change of seasons, especially spring when we're like bursting from the darkness into the light. This is when it feels like, oh, like we're ready for it. I've heard so many people lately say, I'm ready to be out of the winter doldrums. Like, it has been tough. And sometimes a new accessory or a new lipstick or a new dress can really make you feel like a different person. It can really make you feel like that up-leveled version or just more comfortable in your skin. I think as women, we have to always address the fact that our bodies are changing daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and that's okay. That's a natural part of being a female. And I think that if we embrace that as boutique owners and say, hey, we want to provide solutions for you. We want to make you feel good in our clothes, assuming that you're a whole person already. Clothes don't make the person, but clothes can definitely make a person feel better. So talk about the fit, talk about the fabric, talk about the things that you know about a particular piece are really going to transform someone's body. I was in a writers group the other day, and it had about maybe 15,000 people in this Facebook group, and it's all women who read this particular author. And the author posted, and I think she did it as engagement, but also like she just is a normal person. She's a really cool person. She posted in the group like, hey, I'm like going through my jeans. I really want to wear jeans, but I just feel like nothing fits well in my closet. What jeans are you guys loving? There were hundreds of responses, and I read through all of them. I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled, and Judy Blue popped up so many times. Now, I know in the boutique industry, Judy Blue is hard to get. I know that it doesn't work for every boutique, and I know that, most people do well with it, but some people don't, and that's okay. The thing that struck a chord with me though was that the brand recognition of a boutique brand was all over it. And there were even women in the comments suggesting particular boutiques that stocked Judy Blue where they got theirs. It was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. And let me tell you something. 5-6 years ago, Judy Blue was nothing. They were just a little jeans company. And now they're getting recommended in a random group, not associated at all with boutiques. So I think it's a win for the idea that when something feels good, this is the comment that most people were making about the Judy Blue styles, is like, they're so stretchy, they're so comfortable. One woman said, like, they make my butt look so good that I have to have as many pairs of them as possible. And I was just like, wow, this is the power of a good product getting in the hands of women, making them feel really good while they're wearing it. And then they go out and they'll evangelize the brand for them, for you, for the industry. Like, how interesting, right? So don't doubt the fact that women want to feel good in the clothes. And when they do, they will tell other people. So this is why I talk all the time about have good product, make sure that your quality is great, make sure that the prices are great, because customers will tell other people. I got a little bit off track there, but let's come back. If you didn't realize, this is part 4. This is the final video that I'm making in our Spring Ahead series. If this is your first time watching me or you haven't caught the other ones, go back, we have a playlist, and I walk you through all the important things you need to know about spring. So whether you're watching this in June or December or whenever, watch the whole series. You're gonna get a lot of good retail tips and ideas, but stay with me here because we gotta keep talking about these must-haves, these must-dos, okay? So let's continue. I know this is the thing no one wants to talk about, but I'm gonna just jump into it, is taxes. Okay, I wanna be very clear. There are 2 kinds of taxes. The taxes I'm speaking of are income taxes. We also have sales tax. Sales tax in the United States is different by state, by county, by town. Sales tax essentially is you collecting a tax on every garment or everything you sell for your state, for your county, wherever it is. You're collecting that money from your customer, you're holding it in a fund, and then you're paying into it with the state, okay? That's not your money to keep. Anything that says taxes in that column when you do your POS system, that's not your money. You have to pay it. So a reminder, good time when you're paying your income taxes to make sure that you've been paying your sales taxes as well. So let's talk about income taxes. Income taxes are always owed to your state and the federal government, aka the IRS. The thing about taxes is that people stress out about them. I want to give you a little bit of education, and you may have made mistakes last year. Let's just fix them for next year, okay? The problem in our country is that we are taxed, but not only do we not always know where our tax dollars are going, but also with a business, it can be hard because we have so many expenses. So a lot of people will say, well, I didn't even pay taxes. Well, that kind of means you didn't have a profit. But did you not strategically have a profit? These are the questions that you should be asking. And in particular, you should be asking an accountant, a bookkeeper, an enrolled agent for the IRS, a CPA. I don't care who you do it, but please make sure they understand the retail business. There are different ways to account for how you're spending money. And the biggest factor in that is your inventory. So you can either do this on a cost basis or an accrual basis. Again, I'm getting into territory that I don't really teach, but I want you to understand that when you do your profit and loss statement, when you do your taxes, there are a couple different ways to do it. The most important thing always, though, is to understand that whatever inventory you don't sell, there is the potential you could be taxed on it because you're carrying that cost. Now, there is options to depreciate it. But again, I'm going into territory that is not my own. I highly, highly suggest you take a couple $100, say $500, and get an accountant, get a bookkeeper, get someone to help you do your taxes. These are the places where, you may have been kind of winging it in other areas of your business. With money, don't mess around. With taxes, don't mess around. It's not worth it. It's easier to just pay the money up front, get them done early, understand where you made mistakes, where you may need to get it put on a payment plan because you didn't make enough. There are options. Don't be scared of taxes, okay? I think that's the one piece of advice I can give you is don't be scared of them. Go after and deal with them early and use an expert to help you deal with them because it's going to save you money in the long run. If you want to be that business owner, that boutique owner that you dream about being, you're the kind of boutique owner that has an accountant, right? That has a CPA, that has whatever. And hopefully that person really understands an inventory-based business, understands a retail business. If you've gotten this far and you haven't liked or subscribed to my channel, please do that. I would love the support. And if you are looking for more resources, you can always head to my website at boutiquetrainingacademy.com. Again, all the links are down below. So let's just keep going. In retail, there's a concept called the 4-5-4 calendar. Now, the 4-5-4 calendar was built because what we realize is that each quarter there's a 4-week month, then a 5-week month, then a 4-week month, and it kind of repeats itself. So it's a little bit backwards. So if you start in February, which again, reminder, February is the start of a retail calendar, retail fiscal year. It might not be how you do your taxes, but I think it's important. And again, I've talked about this in other videos in this series, but we've talked about the idea that February is the start of spring. It is the start of your retail year. So if you thought January was just let's reprogram that, February is the start of your year. So that February is a 4-week month. March is a 5-week month, okay? Which means you have more Fridays potentially and more Saturdays. Fridays and Saturdays are when we know people shop. That's when you can make money. So this is your month to start to go hard, to start to post a little bit more, to start to reach out to VIP customers more, send that email that you've been waiting to send. This is that month to do it because the benefits could be huge. I always like to think that March and May are really the anchor months for spring. So, right, let's do the 4-5-4. So 4 weeks in February, 5 weeks in March, 4 weeks in April, 5 weeks in May, 4 weeks in June, right? It goes on and on, 4-5-4, 4-5-4. So here's the thing. The moving target in spring, whether it falls in March or whether it falls in April, is Easter/Passover. Depending on who you sell to, depending on your community, these are times when women want dresses, or when children need dress-up clothes, or when men need a sport coat or a new tie. Depending on the market you're in, you've got to understand how are people dressing for that time period and offer those things to them depending on who your ideal customer is. But March is a great month to jump into spring. And depending on when those holidays fall, you might need to skew some of your data year over year. So the two things that I always track are when is Black Friday and when is Easter/Passover. Those are sort of the defining moments within spring and fall where we have a lot of sales sort of consolidated before them, around them, on them. So that's what you're looking for this year and every spring. When is Easter? When is Passover? And that's the end date of spring. After that, you're going to want to be in summer styles, getting rid of spring, moving into summer, shifting your colors, shifting your prints, shifting your cuts and your patterns. Now, if you are in an area that gets really hot and Easter is late, then you might have to mix things up a little bit. You might end up bringing in some more summery style dresses for an April Easter time frame if it's really hot, right? If it's still a little bit colder, you will get away with spring for longer. It's really about thinking about what is that person wearing right now. Again, we don't shop 6 months in advance. We shop for next week. We shop for that day, okay? We have to be ready to sell for what comes up for our customer. Now, again, let's expand on the idea of weather. Weather is going to be different depending on where you are. You have to be versatile in this time period because it could get really hot. It could be chilly. That doesn't mean you have to, again, have something for everyone or have everything all the time, but it does mean that your inventory might look a little weird right now. So if you wanted to, what you could do is take the more summery or very spring items where it's shorts, white pants, right? Lightweight things. You might group them into a collection and call it resort or call it spring break or call it cruise collection, whatever that is, where you're recognizing that at this time of year, people might need clothes that aren't really the clothes they're wearing outside right now, but they need them for a trip. They need them for something coming up. So if you wanted to, this is a really nice way to, take your assortment that might feel a little bit all over the place and start to group styles together, group items together into outfits for resort, for Easter, for spring break. What do those things look like? Remember, women love to buy an outfit. They love to buy something that's already put together, already dealt with. They don't even have to think about it. I've had more people buy off of mannequins, like an entire outfit, than come in and piece and parse and style themselves. Most people are not styling themselves the way you might be styling your styles in your store. So teach. This is a great opportunity to start teaching about how to transition your clothes. How do you transition your wardrobe from what's in your closet to maybe bringing in some pieces from your boutique? these will make great reels, they'll make great YouTube videos, they'll make great posts. And I think the more expertise and the more styling you offer to your customers, which again, this doesn't mean you have to like become a color consultant or do anything like that. You could literally just start making outfits online, and that is going to help women understand your brand, understand how they fit into your brand, and be able to just hit an instant like click, buy, let's go. I love that whole outfit. I'll take it all. If you are looking for a way to make more profit, sell through things more quickly, and understand how to really scale your business, I have an accelerator class called Boutique Profit Accelerator. It's an online course and coaching program. It's 6 months long, but it's meant for boutique owners who are making at least $15,000 a month on average or more. We can go up from there, but we need you to be a little bit more advanced, not new. Boutique Profit Accelerator helps you grow your boutique by 20% over the 6 months, whether it's in sales or profit, by just helping you streamline your inventory management process and understanding how to market to your customer better. But first we focus on inventory, then we focus on buying plans, and then we get into more of the marketing like meta ads and even organic marketing. We have tons of case studies and examples of organic marketing that we've seen really grow people's boutique businesses, whether you're brick and mortar or online. So comment accelerator if this is something that you want to learn more about, and we can send you the link to the page. Okay, thanks for always being here. I know there's a lot of you that have been watching sort of consistently every week, and I really appreciate that. We're working on ramping up the posting schedule even more so it can provide more content as we go on through this year. But I just want to thank you for always commenting, liking, and subscribing. My goal for you is to have a profitable boutique business that you love, that you create a community around, that feels easy, feels fun, and just feels like, man, I was meant to do this and I'm having a great time. So if that's for you, if that sounds like you, I would love to have you keep following. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for coming to the spring series. Spring is here. It's sprung. That sounds crazy. Anyway, thank you so much. Click around to see more of the Spring Ahead series if you didn't catch up on the last 3 videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.